Welcome, true believers, to the Nerdsmash Talkcast, episode 100.
A hundo?
A hundo. I am your host and guide, LT Thornton, and I am joined by the world's greatest, most magnanimous, most efficient, most erroneous, most hate-filled co-host, Mr. Steve Wood.
Bruh, 100.
100. Oh, don't forget, we got another person to count you in on. We are also joined by our other co-host, Mr. Super Producer Boyd Atkins.
Boy.
We out here, guys. Episode 100.
Crazy.
We did it.
Yeah. Crazy.
Insane.
Does this mean we're in syndication now?
We could apply for syndication on network TV.
Good.
I think that puts us on TBS late night. Maybe?
I was going to say we'll be on TV Land.
Fox 45 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Is that what it is?
Look, we come on after Girls Gone Wild, but before MASH.
Yeah,
Before MASH.
Definitely sandwiched in between a couple of infomercials there.
First of all, this man said "Girls Gone Wild" like it's
right,
like it's 2002.
We're not going to talk about my 2002 viewing habits.
You couldn't avoid it, bro. It started right around like 11. They would just bombard you with it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you did not know so already, if this is your first time joining, first of all, why did you join during episode 100? You're so late to the party. Also, it is our mission.
And lucky you for having all of those episodes to go back and listen to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bingeable.
Just go hit it. Just go throw the Spotify on repeat. But guys, it is our mission on the Nerdsmash Talkcast to bring you the latest in nerd entertainment, whether it involves movies, TV, video games, D&D, science, comic books, anime, wrestling, whatever, we will cover it because, hey, guess what? Being a nerd is just not as limiting as you think that it is.
Word.
That's right, folks. We're here. We are on episode 100, if you did not hear from what we were talking about before. And we've got a massive show planned for you. And you know, we're just going to dive right into it here in a second. Let me give you a brief breakdown of what we're going to talk about today. We are going to bring up our old subject, Pokemon, and whether or not they will be a problem if we had them. There's some Pokemon maybe we didn't touch base on.
Right, maybe
just a couple. We're going to also talk about some of our retail horror stories because that was just a really fun subject for us to talk about one time. We're also going to discuss, hey, if Mortal Kombat was real, how would that play out? So just a couple of if they were real segments there. And guys, we also happen to just all this week watch Batman Returns. We're going to be doing a retro review of Batman Returns. Do you hear that laughter? That's because there may be some problems.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to look at this movie the way we looked at it.
Y'all forgot. I'm gonna tell y'all, I did not forget. Batman Returns has always been fresh in my mind.
It could be problems.
There's a couple problems. We're also going to be discussing some of our favorite pro wrestlers of all time. So we're going to be bringing in that subject. But before we do that, because we've got Super Producer Boyd on this monumental 100th episode, first of all, if you have not been to Super Producer Boyd's Twitter channel or Twitter page, or some of his other social media channels, you guys got to check out his food reviews. He does tech reviews too, but man, the food reviews, they will have you literally salivating. And So many people have been like, will you stop retweeting him? I am trying to live a healthy lifestyle. You are ruining me, sir. So we are going to be touching on what the fast food game is dishing out to us. And let's just go ahead and jump right into that topic. So, Boyd, what is out there in the fast food game that is tickling your fancy?
Oh man, so I actually want to talk about this because you just brought it up right before we started recording. Wendy's has that mozzarella chicken sandwich that I need to try.
Is it chicken sandwich and a burger?
And a burger?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So when I went to
one of those is going into my face today. Telling you right now.
Oh man, it looks so good. It reminds me of the Mad Love burger that Red Robin used to have.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's first off garlic bread, the puck of mozzarella cheese. Right there, you already have a winning combination.
There's a puck of deep fried mozzarella cheese on the burger and the chicken sandwich. Also, marinara sauce on top of that. Although I heard that for people that got it, you may want to ask for extra marinara sauce because some places are a little light with it, and it doesn't work without the marinara sauce.
Oh man.
Okay.
But the puck of mozzarella, the puck of mozzarella legit has a cheese pull.
Oh. I need that all in my face, like immediately.
Yeah. And I literally speak of this with envy, for it is a treasure I cannot possess.
Right.
Because I am super lactose intolerant.
That of which is forbidden.
A puck of mozzarella cheese may end my life.
LT, so am I, and that still won't stop me from. I literally just had a pint of UDF ice cream last night while watching Batman, and I have no regrets until.
Bro, did you say Mad Men?
Not Mad Men.
No,
Batman.
Batman. Oh man, I was about to be like, yo, I haven't heard that in a minute.
I haven't finished Mad Men, but yeah, dude, just give me all the dairy. I might need to get that sandwich today along with you, Steve, because that sounds delicious. I need to try that. Have you guys had their French toast sticks yet?
Yes. It's a hit.
Yeah, they're actually really good.
They're good, but it's not like, they're as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, there's two other items that they came out with the chicken sandwich and the burger as well. They also came out with a peppermint frosty for the holidays. No. And the true hit that I have heard literally nobody say bad words about, garlic fries. Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. All right.
They said the missus is cooking today, and you're going to have me going to Wendy's.
Go early.
Right.
That space.
Till 11 o'clock hit.
Yeah.
Run an errand.
Right.
I heard the burger tastes like a good meatball sub, and the sandwich tastes like a literally like a chicken parmesan sandwich.
Well, that's
you
fantastic.
Bite into it, and the theme from The Godfather that starts playing.
I mean, listen, that's all well and good, but can we talk about the OG?
Oh, from Burger King?
No.
Burger King does have another. Also, I think they call it the Italian Royal chicken sandwich.
That's all new and great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Let's talk about the OG that's on its farewell tour right now.
Oh, the McRib.
The McRib. Come on, bro.
Man.
You are crazy. I'm alone.
I don't care about no McRib.
I'm alone. You're wild, man. Listen, I'm all flustered because I'm so disappointed.
Be flustered about this. Please be flustered about this. Because there's no more overrated fast food item.
You're crazy, man.
Look, so Steve, I have a bias against McDonald's because I hadn't eaten it in about a decade. And when I last went to get some, when they brought back the spicy chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
The line
Yeah,
was
which
just,
is a hit.
I was in line for 40 minutes. And then when I got my nuggets, they were cold. And I refused to go back to McDonald's ever again. So I don't have the affinity for the McRib, mainly because I don't go to McDonald's. Like, if you want to talk about
good. It's never been good.
I think I've had it
crazy.
once when they were, it was when they were selling them in paper before they put them in the box. That's how long ago it was.
That long ago. Man, I get it every time it comes back. I had one yesterday.
Bro, it's the wackest. It's the
You're
wackest.
crazy. Oh my gosh.
Bro, it looks like somebody formed a bunch of leftover meats into the shape of a rib. It doesn't even look like a rib.
What's and?
What it reminds me of is like it's something they were introducing in Invader Zim, where it's made from like 70% napkins.
Look, let me tell you the real winner of the McRib, right? It is McDonald's has fire barbecue sauce. Like that barbecue sauce, nobody gives the love and attention to that barbecue sauce that they should.
That, man,
on its own though,
on
there's
its own,
nothing special about that sandwich.
You're crazy. It's so good.
You agreed with me just now.
No, that's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to talk about their sauces again, because I got something to say about their sauces too.
Well, go ahead and speak your truth.
Man, okay, so barbecue sauces is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet and sour.
It's pretty good.
Hot mustard, bro.
Hot mustard? I've never had that.
What are you talking about?
I never tried the hot mustard.
I think they came out with it about like a decade ago or something like that.
No. I was having hot mustard back when I was watching Raw on USA.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Raw
man.
is currently on USA.
Well, because remember
2000s.
Remember it was on TNN for like 3 years.
I'm just saying we might have younger listeners. It's like it's always been on USA.
Like today?
I'm like, you need to go look up Spike TV, my guy.
2020. Or not 2020, the year 2000, like right around then is when I first discovered that they had it. And they did away with it for a minute. And then people outraged and they brought it back.
I think that's what it was. I remember when they brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I got a couple of the Szechuan sauces stored away in my cabinet.
What are you talking about?
What? How did
you even get it, first of all?
Well, they brought it back for a limited time.
I remember, but I couldn't get it.
Yeah. Oh, they had them up here.
Elsa was like,
right. I was like,
Boyd, I didn't realize that you weren't a McDonald's person, because I definitely am.
It's less about the food, more about
what is that, Space Grimace?
It's from those adult Happy Meals that they had.
Ew. Why is there an adult Happy Meal?
You don't remember that came with a Big Mac or a 10-piece chicken nugget.
Why is there a toy?
Because look at it.
That's not appealing.
What are you asking now?
That's not appealing.
What are you
talking about?
You have?
What are you supposed to do with that?
What
are you supposed to do with that? Adult.
It sits right here on my desk.
What is that for?
Right here.
If I'm an adult, at least give me like a Funko Pop or something. What are you doing?
I mean, you can get a Funko Pop, but
that doesn't even look like Grimace. Why does it have two more sets of eyes? They could have just given you a Grimace with a regular set of eyes.
Or go with me. They could give me this perfect thing.
Why is it? All right.
So those are hard to get, bro. I still got one in the package.
What? Why do you have to?
That's exactly. Thank you, Boyd. Oh my god, I feel like I'm just yelling at myself.
Last week, last Wednesday, I also went to a McDonald's wherever I was. It may have been in New York or in between Syracuse and the city I was driving to. But I stopped and they sold me all the Black Panther toys. Bing bong.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
those are actually kind of in demand.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you. I don't know why you have a grimace with an adult Happy Meal.
What do you mean?
Who is that for? Who is it for?
No, he doesn't just have a grimace. He has a grimace with a backup grimace.
I got a backup grimace too.
It looks like a grimace with the soul of another grimace inside of it.
No, it looks like, remember in the 90s when you had like all those bootleg toys and you would see them at Trader's World?
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't Power Rangers, but it was like Turbo Team Fighting Avengers or something.
Yeah.
That looks like a Turbo Team Fighting Avenger grimace.
Mm-hmm.
Like
off-brand grimace.
One of the monsters that Rita Repulsa.
It looks like somebody that would be in the new Aqua Teen movie.
Mm. It really does.
Yeah,
It
that's
really does.
accurate. That's pretty accurate.
Man.
The ones I didn't get were the Ronald and the Birdie.
Does Birdie have 6 eyes?
4, yeah.
Why do they all have 4 eyes?
I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna stop asking why because I feel like no one has the answers to this. I'm going to move on to because we frankly we spent way more time talking about the grimace than I would have liked.
Well, let me ask you this: what is that one fast food thing that you keep waiting on coming back and it never does?
I already know what it is, and it'll never come back.
What's that?
Burger King made the perfect sandwich. This was, man, I want to say 2007, 2008, maybe.
You talking about the Ultimate
Don't you
Whopper?
say it. Don't you say it.
No. It was the A1 Steakhouse burger.
Oh, I know you're going to say that was a good one. That was a good one.
First of all, I assumed that it was steak instead of ground or instead of beef, or well, steak is beef, but you know, it was the meat tasted different than regular Burger King meat.
Mm-hmm.
Then it had mashed potatoes on the burger, mashed potatoes on the burger, mashed potatoes on the burger.
Mm-hmm.
And it had crispy onions and A1 steak sauce on the burger. It was divine.
Yeah.
I remember having that about 5 times, but that wasn't what I ate that year. And I'll go last because I've got 2.
I do not know if this is an accurate measurable quantity, but I could eat gallons of that burger.
Yeah,
gallons of the burger.
I could eat gallons
look into my face.
Just put it in me.
Yeah.
I to this day sometimes I still make mashed potatoes and then slop it on a burger and put some A1 sauce on it.
My man goes out of his way.
I am hungry.
Spends an hour on mashed potatoes.
I
Just
will
to have them dippable on a burger.
Yeah. Not dippable. I just plop it on the burger and spread it on there like it's one of the sauces that is supposed to be there.
Mashed potato sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So one of mine, and I feel like it's always Taco Bell that does this to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And way back in the day, they had not the fries they have now.
Mm-hmm.
They had border fries.
Right.
I remember that.
Dude, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. I mean, they have like the fries Bel Grande right now, which is close, not the same.
Nah.
Not the same. Come on back with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
boy,
good.
what's the throwback to the throwback that you're trying to speak into existence?
So I have a runner-up, and when you said 2007, the first thing that came to my mind was the Ultimate Whopper from the Simpsons movie, the double meat, double cheese, double bacon. Yeah. But the correct answer is McDonald's pizza.
Stop it, man.
That is the correct answer.
I love how you literally just got finished trashing McDonald's, and you're like, it's a McDonald's.
You know why? Because they got rid of the pizza. They need to bring that back, and I will be a happy, subservient customer.
Boyd, I know you're talking about the pizza right now, but I'm a gentleman of a certain age. And when I was a kid, I would get a McDLT.
Oh my!
They kept the hot side hot and the cold side cold. And instead of fries, I would get the McPizza Pocket.
Ah, the
Yeah.
McPizza.
That
No,
doesn't
no,
even sound good.
the McPizza
It was a hot pocket.
Right, but
That
was
does not
better.
sound good.
But was better because this might be for another time, but I think Hot Pockets are trash. Like I hate Hot Pockets, but that Pizza Pocket, it reminded me of a better version of, if you go to Piata, you can get like the pizza thing where it's like pizza and cheese.
Yeah,
it was like that, but smaller, fatter, and better.
Yeah, it was so good, man. But that McDLT was bussing. It wasn't even nothing special, but you got to fold the box.
I have to honorable mention. I have to honorable mention somebody. This is not a thing this is not a specific item that needs to come back. It's a deal. And my relationship with this restaurant has not been the same since this deal left.
He feels betrayed.
I am betrayed. I am hurt. I am antagonized.
I want to know if we're on the same page, LT, because it is.
Speak to me.
Is it Arby's 5 for $5?
It absolutely is
5 for $5.
So
give me 5 sandwiches for $5. They had the jingle that played every year. It started around Christmas time. 5, 4, 5, and it was perfect.
So I remember that one, but my jingle was on the 5th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me
sandwiches.
5 roast beef sandwiches. 5 roast beef sandwiches.
5 roast beef sandwiches.
Y'all remember this one? Just a man in the street. Where did everybody go? Arby's roast beef sale. Yeah.
I hate that inflation continuously found ways to kill that deal.
My thing is, Arby's, bring back the 5 for $5 and see what happens.
Right.
Well, the thing is, like, if it comes back for 5 for $5, it's going to be something stupid like for $5.75 or $5.85 or $5.99.
I'm saying, take your L and do a 5 for $5.
Take
so
the
bad
L.
now. It's so bad now. They'd be like, it's you get 1.5 sandwiches for $10.95.
I'm just saying, just see what happens. You know that they bought B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, they also bought our taco.
Take your little L, put out that 5 for $5 this holiday season, and watch that drive-through fill up.
Fair enough.
Oh man, it's gonna be like the '90s all over again.
Right.
Oh man.
Okay. We got to move on because we spent so much time talking about our guts.
5.
5 for $5. Yeah. Shout out to that golden deal. Let's move on to our next subject, and that is, we've all had some sort of relationship with pro wrestling. I feel like it is a pretty, I wouldn't say fundamental, but it is defining, especially the age that we grew up in, where like wrestling was like at its peak, and it's really got twice. Yeah, that's right. Again in the 80s. So I want to know, who are some of your guys' favorite pro wrestlers, and if you could make maybe not a top 5, maybe a top 3. Who would be your top 3?
Well, I'm going to go first since I'm the least aficionado, because I really want to get to yours. So for me, I'll start at the bottom. And the bottom really isn't the bottom for me. I mean, if you want to talk about the top 3, the most impactful, number 3 and number 2 were Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. Right? For me, gotcha. I mean, that's like where I started. It's where I lived. It started the fascination. I saw them in person several times. I waited outside to get autographs, and it was just massive. Every Saturday morning and every Saturday night main event, I was there. The number 1 for me is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Not a surprise, but that was huge. That's really what kind of pulled me back in, that whole Attitude Era, and that's where it kept me until now, right? I'm still a fan.
I dig it.
Checking for him.
I dig it.
Honorable mention, thing that I was completely fascinated with, and I want to say it was around 98, 97. You guys are gonna know right off the top.
Mhm.
Hell in the Cell,
Mm-hmm.
Mankind, and Undertaker. Never dreamed of anything like that.
That's an insane match to watch even nowadays.
Because
Yeah.
people forget it still has an entire match around it. It's not just those two spots.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the actual match is still really good.
Yeah.
And you still get those two spots, and it's jarring to watch because it's like it's always
What was going on in the 90s? Where was OSHA?
like
what? Man.
I would say cocaine, but I don't know if Mankind or Undertaker were on coke back then.
Not in 98, no. Argument could be made for probably like the late 90s, or not the late 90s, the early 90s, late 80s, but at 98, nah.
Yeah. Oh man, Mankind did that dry.
Oh yeah. Oh, those stiff mats, like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
The wrestling match were the equivalent of like parking lots to the point where trainers would have you take bumps on cement to get ready for that ring. Oh yeah. And you can still hear those guys like talk about today. It's like, yeah, we used to bump on concrete just to get used to the way the mat didn't have any recoil. So he took that inside the gauge bump with no recoil. And that's why you just see his body bounce up but the ring doesn't move.
Yeah. Yeah. But for me, The Rock, man, I just remember like him cutting promos, and it was like, what? Where did they get this person? And this was early, like Nation of Domination, where he started to stand out. And I was like, whoa.
Yep.
What is that? And it just kept building and building. Some of those matches were the most fantastic too, man. But good Lord, he would just get on. I remember sometimes it would be like, oh, Monday Night Raw is on. They're going to let him be on here for a half hour.
Right.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
I'll go next since I feel like my list isn't too far different from yours, and I want to save the true wrestling aficionado for Boyd here at the end. For me, my number one is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay. Both because he just felt like this massive personality back then. He also reminds me a lot of my dad. It's just something about who he is. I'm just like, oh, it's my dad
swagger, right?
Around
it's just
like, Stone Cold. It's just something believable. He always came out to the ring looking pissed off. You're like, this guy's about to fight somebody for real all the time. He just had that believability about him while retaining the charisma. That was impeccable. My number two, Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, you want to talk the epitome. To me, Macho Man Randy Savage is the epitome of 80s wrestling. Like, I know a lot of people would say Hulk Hogan. And you wouldn't be wrong because Hulk Hogan, he was everywhere. But Randy Savage had that combination of being a really, really excellent wrestler at a time when people were just kind of roided out and just kind of looking like, rah, rah. He had an unmatched charisma to me where, this guy translated his character successfully to Slim Jim commercials and probably is more well known for Slim Jim commercials than the actual career that he was a part of. He's bright, he's colorful, he's loud, he pulls so much out of anybody that he's working with. And I just feel like there's a universal love for Macho Man Randy Savage that is not shared by a lot of wrestling. Like a lot of different wrestling superstars. Like you've just aged out of some people, but it's hard to age out of the macho madness. Yeah, the cream of the crop rises to the top, brother.
That and his rap album was fire.
And where he just was like, I'm gonna diss Hulk Hogan for 90% of this album.
It was great.
way to bring it into the musical world, Randy. Anyway, Randy Savage, and then my number 3, probably not going to be anybody's like top 5 or whatever list, but he's at number 3 for me, and it's Dave Bautista.
Okay.
Batista is the person that actually brought me back into wrestling. After Stone Cold left, I was Lap's fan for a few years. I'm not watching this anymore. The guy I liked is gone. I don't really see anybody that came up. And I turned it on one day, and they're in the midst of this Triple H and Batista storyline where he's still part of Evolution. And I don't think enough is said about how great that storyline truly was, because it just built and built and built. And it's one of the rare storylines that culminates at WrestleMania, makes a new star. You put somebody new that's never been in a main event of WrestleMania before. He comes out, he looks like $1 million. He's huge. Batista also, he doesn't get enough credit for like that intensity, right? Like Batista looked like a dude that will rip your head off at any given moment. Like he came out there, he did the machine guns. There was something about him. I was just like, this dude, if you met him in real life, you'd be like, that dude scares the crap out of me. He's massive. He's got veins popping out of everywhere. And he had that little Batista strip on his
right.
It was just like, right. I don't know what it is, but this dude has a belly button tattoo. You think you trying to fight somebody with a belly button tattoo? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what kind of individual you have to be to pull off a belly button tattoo and still be intimidating?
Right.
So Batista brought me back into wrestling. I loved almost all the storylines he was in. I feel like he doesn't get the credit that some of the other stars like a John Cena or a Randy Orton or somebody does that was in the same time period, and then transitioned to being literally one of my favorite actors working today. And it's just like such a good dude. Everybody talks about how good of a dude Batista is, and it's just one of those stories where it's like there's so many people that are kind of garbage in wrestling that he really does kind of, he's like this full package for me personally. So Batista's my number 3.
That's some good pull. So honestly, I have to give an honorable mention to Macho Man, since you guys both brought him up. He is in my top 5. And I always say the reason I became a Macho Man fan is because I thought he was black.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
And then when I saw him, I'm like, oh, he's jumping off the top rope, giving people elbow drops, and then spinning around like a ballerina. I can get into this. So shout out to Macho Man. So in no particular order, I would say number 1 is The Rock, mainly because of everything from the eyebrow to the elbow. I can't tell you how many times I've done both in my life.
Yeah.
To the point where even during training, I would try to fit the people's elbows somewhere in a match, and my trainer would say, you got to stop doing that.
Can we say probably the weakest finishing move ever?
And yet it's so over.
It's more of a setup move than a finisher.
Yeah.
Oh, he has pinned people off.
Oh, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying typically, if you look at the breadth of his career, the people's elbow is a setup for the rock bottom.
Oh man, the sassiest rock bottom. So get the Rock out the way. Number 2 is actually going to be Rey Mysterio.
Ooh,
and
excellent choice.
Yep.
I would always say that Rey was the reason I continued to watch WCW as long as I did, and why I started going back watching WWE in the 2000s. Because while I didn't take a break from wrestling in like from 2003 to about 2006, I was watching TNA because that's where all the flippy guys were. And that's what I liked. But in 97, when I first started watching, it was because of matches with Dean Malenko and Rey, like the Hog Wild and the Road Wild and catching them on Nitro. Yeah. So I always have to give credit to Rey as to why I watch the kind of wrestling I do because he was pretty much at the forefront of that.
Yeah.
And lastly, the reason I got into WCW as a whole, like I stayed for Rey Mysterio, but I got into WCW because of Sting.
Ooh, good one.
So in the 90s, the hottest thing ever, of course, is Batman. And everything I wanted to watch had to be something similar to Batman. So what was similar to Batman in the, mid 90s? The Crow.
Yeah.
So I watched both Crow movies and I'm like, oh man, this Crow character is really, really cool, man. He's like Batman, but he's not.
Facts.
So then when I turn on Nitro and I see this guy that looks like the Crow hitting people with bats.
In the rafters, too. Don't forget that.
Right. Just jumps down from the rafters, hits people with bats, and then runs off. I'm like, oh no, I got to see what's coming on next.
Also, he's beating up evil Hulk Hogan.
Evil Hulk Hogan, which I didn't know. So I didn't put two and two together that Hollywood Hulk Hogan was red and black Hulk Hogan until like a year later. I just thought it was a new dude.
What? That's
because
awesome.
I had no affinity for like Hogan because I was a macho guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I would watch Mach, he was out of the world title scene. He was in the IC scene.
Yeah.
So I never saw him around Hogan, but I would keep hearing Hogan's name because he was always dissing Hogan.
Right.
I
hate you, Hulk Hogan. I hate you so much.
And Hulk Hogan's like, what did I do?
You know what you did.
Right. You always doing something, Hogan.
So yeah, when Sting would come out of nowhere and just hit people with bats, and to this day, one of my shirts that I own is a Sting AEW shirt, and I'm so happy that he just shows up and jumps off of high things.
Right. 60 years old.
62 years old.
Crazy.
Oh man, but I love me some Sting.
I just want to say shout out to shout out to Macho Man and the Iron Sheik for their eternal hatred of Hulk Hogan.
To this day.
To this day. I follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter. He just said something like 2 days ago about Hulk Hogan.
Because it's always just like, good morning and happy Friday to everyone except Hulk Hogan. I break you.
I break your back, make you humble. Like, oh, Sheiky baby.
Oh.
Always on that bag, man. Well, I think that's really great lists from all three of us. I really enjoyed that. I love how we all have areas of similarity, but also, just kind of different enough to like just kind of see what kind of makes us a little bit more of who we are. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Boyd was gonna pull somebody deep out of the Japanese wrestling scene bag that I was gonna be like,
well, what's funny
I don't even know that
you
one.
originally had said 5.
Yeah.
So I wrote down 5, and then I had to narrow them down real quick. But really, the only one that I kind of cut out was Ric Flair. And I just remember that Ric Flair just being like the most.
I hated Ric Flair so much back in the day.
Yeah, but that was good though. That was
no, I mean
thing.
That's what they wanted. But as a kid watching WCW, I'm like,
because this old man would just come out. Did I? And just getting
4 Horsemen. Remember that?
It was something I hated about the words "Nature Boy" that would come on the screen. I'm like, why is this making me angry just seeing that name? The Nature Boy. I'm just like, all right. What is Platinum Blonde, like Farrah Fawcett blowout?
Yeah.
Most come out in his bathrobe.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Got the bathrobe and it turns around, it's got glitter Nature Boy on it. I was like, why is this? Why am I angry about this? I'm irrationally angry at this man.
It's like, I don't know why, but I have the urge to just boo this man.
Right. I remember I was watching one promo he did. He was just going on and on about his watch, and I was just like, do I hate this man?
You see this watch? You see this watch? Woo!
It's a watch. Whoa, it's a great watch. I love this watch. I'm the richest man on the planet, baby. Woo!
Did he elbow drop the watch?
Right. Take it off, throw it on the ground, hit it with his jacket, elbow drop it again. It means nothing to me, and I love it. Why? Freaking Ric Flair, man.
But to go with what you said, because Steve put it nicely when you said top 5, those 3 plus Mach are my top 4. My number 5 is actually Hayabusa. He's the reason I got into Japanese wrestling.
Into Japanese wrestling, sure.
Yeah, and he is very influential to 90% of the current style, to where Seth Rollins is just Hayabusa. Like literally, if you watch Seth's matches, he does the Falcon Arrow, he does the Phoenix Splash, you know, he does all of Hayabusa's moves except for like the Lion Salt. But
yeah,
Hayabusa.
I saw this one guy talk about how everybody that wrestles today has some variation of Rey Mysterio's moveset in their repertoire. Like even the big guys have some variation of Rey Mysterio in their working style. And I was just like, that's why I was like, yeah, I respect the hell out of you listing Rey Mysterio at number 2, because like, everybody is just like, bro, it's got to be Rey, and he's still going,
and he from like 2012 to 2016 was probably like his weakest point.
Yeah,
but then he briefly left WWE. He went to Lucha Underground, and then he did All In. Yeah, where he was dressed as Wolverine for some reason. And that just seemed to be when he had his new lease on life. And then he came back to WWE in like 2018.
Yeah,
and has been killing it since.
Yeah, he needed that time off to heal his knees.
My man, they had like 10 surgeries in his left knee.
Bro, he was always out for knee surgeries. I was like, ugh, Ray man need to hang it up. And then he came back and he was just like, got another 10 years in me. We're like, oh! How? Literally how?
You got 2 more years, so I gotta get 2 more knees.
Right. Dude is wrestling his actual son now. Like, that's insane.
Oh, that boy, that poor boy.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to one of our main events. Something that we personally cannot wait to talk about after like rewatching this movie this week. And I'll say, when it comes to Batman Returns, when I was growing up, I had 2 VHSs for Batman. I had Batman Forever and Batman Returns. I did not have the original Batman for some reason. I did not have Batman and Robin, even though I used to see Batman and Robin on TV a lot. But it was those 2. It was Batman Returns and Batman Forever. Batman Return. I've seen Batman Return so many times. All of the movie is super fresh in my brain for like no reason at all. But what I learned talking to you guys before the show is how much you guys might have forgotten.
Yeah,
was in this movie.
Yes.
And I watched it with my wife, and she was like, "Yeah, I do not remember this movie at all." Also, what is this movie?
So my history with Batman Returns, I saw it at one of those second run theaters, but when I saw it then, it was $1.50 on Tuesdays, and during the summer, I watched it 3 times in a row. And I did not remember what it was, and I'd watched it a couple times since then, but I mean, that's just it's something. There's a lot going on there.
There's so let's just get into the movie. This is our retro review of Batman Returns. What a movie. I don't know if that's good or if that's bad. It's definitely interesting to watch with adult, very critical eyes. Because you're like, what were they doing?
What happened was Tim Burton looked at his first movie and went, this isn't Tim Burton enough.
Oh man.
So he went full Tim Burton.
Yeah.
This entire movie to the point where it's like, okay, Danny, remember that score you did for the last movie? Do that twice.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say the score for this movie is closer to Edward Scissorhands than Batman.
The entire movie is Edward Scissorhands to the point where it's like it's constantly snowing. Also, this is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. A good point. I was going to bring that up, man. It is 100%
some people
a holiday movie.
Based on how this movie turns out, some people are going to fight you on that.
I'm just saying.
Declaration.
Also, can we? I did. So I watched this at 4 a.m. the other day because I woke up. I'm ready to go. 4 a.m. Turn it on.
Yeah.
Is that Paul Rubens?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yep, they slipped Pee Wee Herman in the intro.
I was like, it's too early for this. This is
And
about
he
to be
doesn't
wild
say
already.
A word. He just
No.
sips from his glass.
And
Yeah.
smokes that long cigarette.
Right.
Man.
And they clearly have given birth to a deformed child because he screams when he is
Yeah.
when
The doctor comes out with the kerchief over his mouth. He's like,
yeah. Woo. Why does it stink though? Never seen a baby come out smelling.
But
like
who was the
garbage.
lady with Paul Rubens while someone was giving birth?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
because you would assume that was
Nanny.
possible.
No, I think that was his wife because they showed her later too.
The big tall
so who
woman.
was? Yeah, the redhead. So who was giving birth?
Oh, maybe it was one of those outside babies.
I was not paying attention to that at all.
Yeah.
Huh.
So what is it?
I don't know.
Whatever
All I
it was
know
is going to the sewers.
You're right. All I know is
All I know, we flushing this baby on the toilet.
they had 2 days with the baby next to the Christmas tree, and they already locked it in a metal box, and it murders a cat.
Yeah. Yeah. See, but we also don't know, like, because that was like 2 years later.
No,
because they had to
No.
take time to manufacture this
No.
crib cage.
No. They took very good care of showing that there was a Christmas tree around when the kid was born, and it was still Christmas time when they dropped that kid in the ocean or in the river. All right,
in the sewer drain.
They gave that baby
casual Christmas murder.
They gave that baby maybe 2 months,
in the cold.
Yeah, they were like,
exit
out. Yeah, they went to the pound and it was like, what do you have, Gotham Pound, for delinquent animals? And they're like, we've got this giant industrial cage. And they're like, we will take that, actually. It was like, oh, what kind of dog you got?
This will work. This will work.
It might be a child that is strong enough to murder a cat and eat it. We assume that it ate it, even though it probably didn't have teeth.
I assume that.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah, he just strangles the cat.
Which is a little foreshadowing there too.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, great foreshadowing to what kind of problem is happening. But then they roll to the park, and there are clear witnesses. They're like, you took your baby out for a stroll during a snowstorm, and they're like, yeah, don't look at us.
You didn't come back
Don't
from that baby,
look at us.
You're right.
Where'd your baby go? I just saw you guys come back from that way. You don't have a baby.
Yeah.
Where's
Also,
your baby?
I'm gonna shout out those 2 actors, Paul Rubens and the lady as well, because the intensity with which they threw that stroller into the river, they were like, like they meant it. It wasn't a okay, goodbye, see you. They were like, get it out of here. Yeah, man. And then we see it slowly go into the crypts of Gotham sewers. A wicker basket, by the way, which is not taking on water, it's just floating. So that's a choice.
I mean, we've got several choices up to this point, and that really never resonated with me because there's so many things going on inside of this 5 minutes that you're talking about right now.
Oh, can I tell you, like, the movie set me up. There was one thing I did not remember, and it set me off right after the title sequence, because it goes there. He's found by penguins. We get the Batman Returns logo. And then what does it say? 33 years later, the penguin that looks like that is 33 years old.
Right.
Weathered.
I don't know what to feel about that. He looks like a 60-year-old man like, oh my God. 33? 33 and 2 months old. That's how old the penguin is in this movie. 33. 33.
To be fair, my man's has lived in the sewer
point, dude. I never thought about
with penguins.
No, I agree. He's
in a closed zoo.
Yeah.
Right. A closed zoo, which means there's an open one somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where they just closed this one down,
They just
didn't
left the
tear it
penguins.
down, and just left the penguins.
He also is very, like, he doesn't just stay in the zoo. He's very familiar with Gotham sewers because he's built various little traps to abduct people in the sewers. Little openings that he can come out of. He has a vehicle that he assembled in the sewers
that is highly advanced.
Yes.
First off, the sewers are big enough for this duck vehicle.
Yes.
To make transit.
Gotham went open concept with their sewers. Got to have high ceilings, high Gothic ceilings, arches. Yeah, yeah.
Just so ducks can get through.
Batman's got to drive a whole car down here, so we gotta, or a whole boat, speedboat.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah. So he makes it out of here, and then we cut to 33 years later. Again, he's 33 years old. Cannot get over that. And we instantly start. It's Christmas time. Alfred's shopping for who? I don't know.
For Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Bruce is a billionaire. Why is he buying him presents?
Because he loves that boy. Also, he really needs that Gen 3 Optimus Prime for Christmas. Christmas just won't be the same if Bruce doesn't get Gen 3
He got
Optimus.
things gift wrapped for him. I'm just like, yo, Alfred, you're taking this loving substitute father thing a little too far. Does Bruce need presents under the tree during Christmas?
That one time he got Master Bruce socks, he never forgave him.
Right. Also, sassy Michael Goh as Alfred is always going to be the GOAT Alfred to me. So, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
So it all goes down in the street.
It does.
With this clown gang.
With the what was it? What was the name of the gang again?
Circus gang.
The Red Circus Gang.
Red Circus Gang. Yeah.
Yes.
So it all goes down in the street. What? Now we talked about our Bruce Wayne in the last time. Why is this man creepily sitting in the dark in what appears to be a throne, just chilling?
Alfred's not there.
In a creepy suit.
Alfred's not there either. Like, he's been alone for hours in the dark.
My man is having a deep think. Ain't not a book there. Ain't not a radio on.
He just sitting and brooding.
Right. Also, he's got clear Batman insignia spotlights on his castle.
How?
Nobody rolled up and said, "Look like you got a Batman spotlight up there."
Why is that going directly into Wayne Manor?
Hey, y'all see that spotlight in Wayne Manor?
Right. Does that happen automatically anytime the signal is on? Because if he's entertaining folks, and he has to be in that room.
Right. That's the only way to see it.
It's like a Rube Goldberg invention, because it's like, in order for that to activate,
right,
it has to be.
Y'all,
there's lots of levers and switches and rubber bands.
He's so bored, guys.
Well,
he was just like, I can't wait for them to turn on. He's been in that room for days.
He's like, oh, I can't wait for somebody to act up.
Right?
No, Alfred, I can't shower. They're going to
turn that signal on.
Let me sit here and think about how many arms I'm finna break.
Right. And then it looks like he forgot about it for a second and gets confused.
Right.
It's like,
no.
Oh, it's happening. Yes. And instead of immediately being like, there's a crisis, I need to go address it, let me go pose in front of this window for a second.
It's time.
Let's go to work.
Right. So dramatic. But I want to circle back to the Red Circus Gang, okay? Let's be clear about one thing. Between the last movie and this movie. Last movie we talked about gooning because Joker had goons. Yeah. Joker had henchmen. Okay. Penguin has minions. Penguin has people that are not there for a paycheck. Penguin's people are there for the cause.
Yes.
They are down
there
for the
chaos.
sickness.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are true ride or dies. Up until
So
like
much so that they're like, "Nah, we'll live in the sewer with you."
Oh, bruh, that's part of the mission. They're like, yeah, baby, we about to live this sewer life. I'm not bathing. He's not bathing. This dude has a monkey. This dude has a
She got
monkey.
a doll.
We're not bathing.
Like,
Right. We just gonna sit over here in our corner and
make these
filthy.
bombs.
And be filthy. We do not change clothes. We literally just gonna stink, and we gonna cause violence and crimes.
Yeah.
This clown makeup doesn't come off, even though clown
Stink,
is not his motif
violence.
at all.
No.
Clown is not his motif
No.
at all. He's clearly a bird-themed guy. Why does he have a clown gang?
Mhm.
They clearly wanted to be clown people.
Yeah.
And he was just like, do your thing as long as you believe in my cause. They're like, you let us do what we want to do. We are down with you forever.
What happened was they all got together. It was like, yeah, we're gonna go apply for the Joker. And while they're standing in line, and the line's not moving, somebody came out and goes, "You guys know the Joker's dead, right?" It's like, well, who's the next biggest villain in the city? Well, there's some guy hanging out in the sewers. I mean, you can check him out. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. You guys think we should change costumes? It's like, I can't get my deposit back on this, man.
Man,
let's
that's
be
a
clear.
good point that you just brought up, because
Next-
I was wondering, like, where did these minions come from, and why are they following Penguin when they clearly have a Joker aesthetic about them? And was it that, you know, they showed up like you said, and they're like, "Oh no, he just died on the ground." Oh, like that's
Yeah. Can I
Like,
tell y'all something though? Can I tell y'all something? What? So I don't think they were rejected while the Joker was dead. They were rejected while the Joker was alive. Do you think? Wait. Do you think Jack Napier is about to have these dirty clown people?
no. He's gonna have Bob with his Stetson.
Jack Napier is sitting there with the clean 3-piece purple suit.
Yeah,
Is about to have dirty clown dude that hasn't washed his drawers in 7 years.
That is
Pull up with
point.
him in the smooth Joker mobile. I'm about to let a Joker insignia logo that I clearly designed within the last 3 weeks to put on your patch on your jacket. Y'all don't get jackets.
No. Yeah,
You're just bad clowns.
Yeah,
No
hit the
jackets
sewers.
for you.
Filth.
Right. Bob, get these dudes out my sight. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it on these guys.
Hold on. Not just Bob, get these guys. Bob has to get Boombox Guy to put on the soundtrack while he's chasing them to the sewers.
Right.
Get these guys out of my sight, Bob.
Right.
Boombox
Right.
goon.
Right? Boombox goon. First of all, I don't even think they can fight. Clearly, I need a martial artist. By the way, none of those clown people could fight. I just want that to be clear. At least Jack Napier, at least Joker had some legitimate martial artists on his squad.
No. Wait,
you had one guy who can flip with a baby.
No, that look, there was a very short scene in which they were completely out of place, and I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" When these literally like 3 karate clowns run up. Karate clowns. Like, and they were dispatched quickly, but I was like, "Oh, they might got some skill, which no one else had."
Look, there's a difference between they had skill and they could do flips. They pulled up doing flips. They pulled up doing forms that they had seen on the television screen.
Hold up.
There was no actual skill.
The one pulls up doing flips. You got the other guy. He doesn't know what to do, so he's just doing the robot.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It's like, I can't fight, but maybe if I dance, they won't mess with me.
Right. And
I'll
also,
tell you the most lethal out there, blonde lady with dog.
Apparently,
nobody messed with her, and she's just walking around.
No,
Batman literally saw that dog catch the batarang, and just like, I'm out.
I'm out. I can't mess with it.
And when Penguin had at the end of the movie, when they had those the Penguin's turning around towards him, you know, she was like, "Ooh, that's an L." Bye. She peaced
Back out
She's
of
alive.
frame.
Right. She gets to live today. Which means those dirty clown people are still, you know what? We'll talk about that in the movie. Anyway, there's also another character that is introduced during this chaos, and it is Selena Kyle, who Batman, in the middle of literal people shooting AK-47s and you know, Tommy guns, stops for a second. There's a person clearly shooting a gun in the background. He stops to Mac on Michelle Pfeiffer, and it just lets the shadow hit him. He's like, "I'm mysterious," but he's just staring at her because he's like, "I've never seen something so
quite so mousy."
He's like, "You're
and
incredibly hot. You're incredibly hot."
Secretarial.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I can't deal with this. Clearly, this issue is resolved. All the clown people have gone. I should not pursue anyone. I'm out.
I should not try to disarm anyone that has run away.
Right.
For fear that they may do this again.
Right.
My man is just pow, pow.
Right. Let me torch this guy to death with the back of my car real fast. And okay, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
So much murder.
He throws the two guys into that store, which was on fire.
Yeah.
Then explodes.
Yeah.
And then he torches Torch Guy.
Yeah, Torch Guy. Which all Torch Guy did, and I know people were, oh, you know, he was still threatening people and he let that store on fire. All Torch Guy did, Batman's in his armored car, and Torch Guy goes, he gets two blows. He gets off 2 blows, and Batman says, "Turn around." And the Torch Guy's like, "You're not."
Can we talk about how fat that turnaround was?
I know.
The Batmobile is so beefy.
Yes.
It has a module that puts
it's a foot.
By the way, plot hole. So that metal plate at the bottom of his car clearly has to descend from the bottom of it to turn it around, right? Is this the same metal plate that he punches through later in the movie to get to the bottom of his car?
Wow.
Either he has multiple Batmobiles, or, you know, man, a little stronger than we thought he is in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyway,
if that metal plate can support the Batmobile. That's a problem to punch through.
Oh, absolutely.
Not if you're Batman.
Also, you said you said a comment earlier. You said the biggest villain in the city after the Joker is the Penguin. I digress. The biggest villain in the city after the Joker is Max Shrek. Let's just be clear.
Oh boy,
Max Shrek.
Wow.
Wow. I just
also honorable mention. This is my MVP of the movie. Andrew Briniarski.
Is that his son?
Chip Shrek, who did a Christopher Walken impersonation to his face.
Yes.
I was watching it and I went,
Chip, man, he is in some scenes more Christopher Walken than Christopher Walken is.
Dad. Hey,
Dad. No, stop.
To his face.
Oh man, Chip.
My goodness. But so we get a brief introduction to Max Shrek, and we are introduced to again Selena Kyle.
Immediately evil.
Oh yeah.
Immediately evil.
Look at
there's
him.
no question.
He's got the white pompadour hair,
right,
and the black gloves.
He is literally a Edward Scissorhands character, in Gotham.
Yes. And his grand plan is siphoning the power out of Gotham so that he can make money off of.
So he can just have it,
sell it back.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
right.
That plot is so weak.
Bruce Wayne's like, bro, we have a surplus. Why do you need a giant power plant?
His motivations are completely unclear. I just don't understand why you would do that.
It's
money?
It's so
what?
It's so corrupt that it almost feels
Real.
Like it's real, right? Because it's like it's so blatant. He's like, what are you actually doing? And on top of that, you're dumping chemicals into the sea. But like you've got several things going on here. Never mind the casual murder. The casual murder.
Yeah.
How many people at Max Shrek's company are on vacation?
There's nobody there but those three.
Where's Cindy? She's on vacation.
I think vacation is just Spanish for him murdering people.
I think it is.
It is.
His partner was on vacation too,
and he just rolls their salary into his
for money, for money purposes.
Where's your partner, Max? He's on vacation. He's been on vacation for 7
He's doing
years.
well. He's doing well.
But yeah, no, I would say the with Selena Kyle and her interaction with Max Shrek, and he throws her out of a 32-story building. I did not know that there were tarps. I thought she always flew out of the building and just hit the ground. The tarps were new.
She fell. Yeah.
Well, because it's that big sassy cat that just shows up in the entire movie, and it's like, what are you?
Right?
Why are you mascot?
Right? Was that the mascot for the Shreks?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was. Which that tracks.
And also, you have to love Gotham's Gothic architecture. Where there's a 30-story building somewhere where people can just get pushed out of it and land on tarps.
Yes,
and nobody see any of it.
Yeah. Also, you pass several giant naked man statues as you fall.
You do, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. But no, I think shout out to the real message of this movie. That was illustrated from Selena Kyle, and that is head trauma. That is severe head trauma. She clearly needed help early on. She completely different personality change.
She got some swelling on the brain that was never looked into.
Never looked at. Yeah. And you're like, why does she make decisions that she makes in this movie?
Why is everything sexy? Why? You took a hit to the head and now it has to be sexy? Like what? I don't get it.
It's definitely a problem. And she was like,
she is also very problematic.
A little bit, but also like she almost gets murdered a lot in this movie. Like a disturbing amount. And she calls it out.
She's just a lady climbing buildings. She was a secretary yesterday, and now she's climbing a 20-story building with her hands.
Doing flips.
Slowly.
Right. You're looking around like, I see you.
You're really struggling. It's like, do you need? I will stop you.
Literally,
and the penguin's over here.
She's like a story up,
right? And meanwhile, the penguin's over here, like, yeah. Well, you got, yeah. And then he goes, nah. Look at my. He's like, I wasn't chasing you, dude. I don't have you for any crimes yet. Where did Catwoman go?
She's struggling with her neck in an umbrella.
I guess everyone's leaving.
It stands there.
Go to my car now.
Oh man.
Yeah, shout out to brain damage. Clearly was not a important factor. And Gotham at this moment, and she really needed a brain scan or something because her brain was wrong, and that impact caused it.
And then can we talk about Bruce telling on himself, where he's just like, "Oh, nice to see you again." It's like, we've never met. It's like,
right.
Yeah,
I'm bad at this.
Slipping.
My man was so attracted, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell her I'm Batman, but I'm saying I'm Batman.
Yeah. Also at the fancy ball later where they were casually playing instrumental Rick James.
Yes. Who is Steve Burton?
It's
But he's dancing with her, and he's like, "Yeah, let me go ahead and save this." He prompts it. He says, "Let me say this line I said to Catwoman yesterday." Like, come on, and then she responds, and he goes, "Oh, we,
oh, like, do we fight?" It's like, let's go outside.
Let's go outside. I think they were going to go outside to fight.
Oh no, they weren't going outside to fight. They were doing the other F word.
Oh well.
But can we talk about how she just? This is how you know it's head trauma.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Yeah, no, I just came to kill him," and just whips out her little mini piece. And I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't remember this.
You got the little pearl handle 22 on them,
right? And that was the third head trauma. She was like, when I fell into this greenhouse, because the penguin tried. She was like, at that point, I was like, costumes be damned. I need to shoot my problems.
Also, he fell and landed in a very conveniently passerby truck of kitty litter.
Yes, that was an open truck of kitty litter.
Open truck of random kitty litter in moist ass Gotham City.
That should have went.
Yeah,
right. Again, but head trauma there too.
Yeah.
Like she keeps taking blows to the head. She should be in the concussion protocol.
But we also need to talk about this this department store that they work at. Right. Mm-hmm. So, she goes in, she's gonna blow up the building, whatever. Did you guys even look at the shelves?
No.
How do you even shop there? There's an automotive section and a sporting goods section, and there's it's like random, like tennis rackets arranged on a wall,
it's
like singly.
Fantastic.
A croquet hammer. Like, what are we doing?
It's what rich people think real stores are like.
Right.
Right. Of course you can get a croquet hammer next to your 10W30.
There's
no
inventory here. There's no inventory. What are these security guards protecting?
I know how to business.
That's why we needed the fake power plant. That's why.
Exactly.
Because Gotham doesn't know how to run their own city. They deserve to have their power sucked in surplus.
Because weird.
So we talked about Max Shrek, and he's got a lot of pots in the fire, right? He's like, nah, I've got this going on. I've got this going on.
Put this fake man into position so I can get my power plant.
Well, mostly because Bruce Wayne was like,
why a penguin man? Like, what?
The penguin man that emerged from the sewers.
Put your son up there
with the baby.
Doing? Right.
I caught this baby. Oh, clearly this is the hero that I need. This guy that everyone's kind of fascinated. Also, while I'm hatching this plan to eventually make this man the mayor, we gave this man access to every baby record in the city, and he's just openly writing a list of baby names.
Why?
Names.
This whole relationship with him and the Penguin is weird. Penguin blackmails him into getting in favor with the city.
Yeah. And
then when he gets in favor with the city, then Max is just like, wow, I got my new man. Like, where does that come from?
Right. And so he puts Penguin up in this dirty loft that no one is using. It's got one bed, even though his whole squad is
his whole
in the
crew is up there on the
dirty, nasty,
dingy.
Doo-doo clown squad gang sitting over here in the corner, lounging like they don't stink. He's wearing the same onesie that he grew up in, that he won't shower in. It's got all the stains on it. Okay, and he's like, "Hey, come down here for a second. Let me introduce you to the mayoral staff
that I have here. Clean office with all these interns, but right upstairs it's just pooty, just straight cheeks."
And he immediately assaults a coworker and sexually harasses another.
Well, to be fair,
also Jan Hooks is in this scene from Saturday Night Live.
Right?
What?
Right.
She feels like one of the handlers or
she goes, our voters really like it when people have fingers.
And And he's like, I can't wait to have my flipper trick on you. And it's like, what are you talking about, you nasty, nasty man?
I know. Like, wait a second.
The first one.
Max, I need to speak
Right.
to HR.
Right. Also, I need to say, Penguin is literally our nice guys on Reddit. Like he's that our nice guys thread where he's like, because he had the scene later where him and Catwoman just got finished dispatching Batman and ruining his reputation, and he's like, why don't we go back to my place and get this whole thing popping off? And she's like, no,
he uses the word consummate, and
right. She's like, nasty. Immediately flipped. Well, then screw you. I don't need you. I never need you in my life. Here's this umbrella. Go die.
So something I wanted to bring up with you guys, and we talked about the Penguins already.
Yeah.
But something I wasn't prepared for, and because I wanted to go look at the cast, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the cast list and seeing who's all in there. And the Emperor penguins were people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You couldn't tell that?
I could, but it just never hit me.
Say,
Right.
because
Like,
when
it never-
you're watching that scene, it's like, oh man, they got some real giant pink.
Right.
Those are shoes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Those are shoes.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, that's felt. Okay.
Yeah. And also, all those penguins were roughly the same size as Danny DeVito.
If not taller.
Right. Maybe a little bit, but like you could stand them side by side and be like,
Yeah.
they're about.
Speaking of cast, do you know that knife thrower, the big blonde threw knives gang?
One of the
That
Dirty
is
Clowns.
American Gladiator Diamond.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Tim Burton is wild, man.
Yeah. He just is throwing people in this movie, man. But let me think. There's the whole let's frame Batman scene, which you've got. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead. You got something to say.
So they have this batarang, which
Mhm.
they use to frame Batman kidnapping Princess, which a man, she's just Princess. That's just what she is.
Mhm.
They put her on the roof, and she's
The
just
tower.
standing on the edge.
Yeah.
Get down. Get down now.
Right. She's just like, oh, she left me,
Mhm.
and she said she wouldn't, harm me. So why are you still on the ledge? Get down. Then Penguin comes out of nowhere and throws an umbrella that summons bats
Yes.
to
Javelin style. He threw it javelin style.
Yeah.
to confuse her to the
Yes.
point where she takes a Jeff Hardy bump off of the building.
Also, Batman watched her die.
In the entire
Yes.
time.
He's just like,
sir, you literally have a weapon that can go past people and pull them. You did it to a brick wall to save Selena. Apparently, you're saying Princess isn't as hot as Selena. That's why you didn't do it.
to rub it in her face, he immediately pulls out a glider and escapes.
And
A
escapes
glider
and
he
goes,
could have used
you just
to probably catch her.
Mm-mm-mm.
They was wrong to be. They were right to be mad at Batman for that.
Yes. Batman is the worst Batman Gotham has ever seen.
What one more casting note.
Okay.
Chip Shrek
Yeah.
is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2 movies.
Is he in the New
Leatherface.
Beginning?
Yeah.
He's big enough. I believe
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say he's a big, tall dude.
Mm.
I'm like,
Not just hear Leatherface sound like Christopher Walken.
yeah. My dad, come on,
Chainsaw. Countries.
buzz.
This is the sound of me killing you.
So this movie culminates with the Penguin eventually being exposed because of 2 lines that Batman recorded and somehow DJ'd.
Yeah. Can I tell you how much I remember as a kid wanting that Vicky, that little
Hold
CD
on.
player?
It's It's an open disk drive.
Yes.
You
That is
scratch
not
that disc out.
spinning on
Literally a
anything.
hard drive that is open. It's an
And then
SSD.
And then he scratches it like a record, and it makes a record scratch sound,
Right.
but it has nothing to scratch against.
Definitely, yes. And so he he exposed his penguin, who immediately people were like, "Oh yeah, no, look at him."
Man, we're skipping over so much.
We are.
Need to talk about how these dirty ass clowns have so many technical abilities.
Yes. To modify the Batmobile.
Yes, to modify the Batmobile, to build all of Penguin's little umbrella things.
Yeah.
Like these are sewer people.
Yeah.
Like
Hold on.
That want to be sewer people. They don't have aspirations to live on top of the world,
These
like
are people
Little Mermaid style.
that were able to break into the defenses of the Batmobile, take the Batmobile apart,
Right.
functionally modify it,
Right.
then successfully put it back together,
Right.
before they go back in the sewers and stop bathing.
yes.
Definitely. Yes.
These people could work for NASA, but it's like, nah, man. Just,
They are not Little Mermaid style, being like, wish I could be
No,
part of that world.
they don't want it.
They like trash.
They
trash,
don't want it.
trash. Look at my trash, living like trash.
Oh man.
And also, Penguin's clear plan from the beginning is like, hey, like I never deviated from my original plan, which was let's drown a bunch of children.
Well,
And
I feel like he did deviate at one point, and what reeled him back was like,
they
Batman
were like,
got me.
They were like, oh yeah, people exposed you for like what you actually said.
Yeah.
And he was like, fine, I'm back to the murdering children thing.
So can we talk about how his plan is to kill every first son of Gotham?
Yes.
But 99% of those first sons are babies, except Chip Shrek.
Yes.
He is the only grown, he is the only adult first son in that city.
There's been
all
a lot.
others are just babies.
Also, the little cage train that he had going around maybe would have gotten 30.
Yeah. Maybe
30 tops. Also, how did you get the baby out of its crib? Were the parents all the parents in Gotham at Max Shrek's gala party?
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone else was with their nannies. That apparently
I don't
were
think
just
there was nannies. Who did they fight?
they just
What objection did they have?
Yeah.
The dude was going door to door.
None.
By the way, he got all of 3 before Batman broke it up. So
Batman broke it up and had time to create stationery to give to Penguin that
through the monkey
said through the monkey.
Right. Which means Batman had a conversation. He gave this note to the monkey. He says, go give this back to the Penguin.
The monkey. Organ grinder. What are you doing?
Oh, he beat the crap out of that dude. He just
before you go to jail, tell your monkey to do me a favor.
Right. Monkey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go take this note to the Penguin. Do you understand me, monkey? I'm talking to the monkey.
There's a banana in it for you.
And you, Batman?
Right. Appreciate it, Batman. Thanks, monkey.
God.
Thanks, monkey.
Thanks, monkey.
Yeah. Also, I need to mention there was one henchman that was like, "Wait, hold up, we murdering kids? That feels a little." Is that what we said? I thought we just wanted to be dirty people.
But to be fair, I think that was the breakdancing one. He was so useless.
No,
I don't
the
think
big guy.
Okay, so because he's so useless, I don't think he did anything else in the movie.
Yeah,
he was just there to die.
Yeah, exactly. But the one that had the objection, and then Penguin was like, "You have morality, blam! Don't ruin my plans." So we get the whole sequence with the rocket penguins, the rocket suicide penguins. Which that was the contingency,
right? And how do you train penguins for rocket suicide?
You don't tell them about the go boom part,
right? Also, they're wearing mind control helmets. And when Batman
gosh.
turns them around and has them show up ready to fire on his spot, he's genuinely hurt, even though that they're clearly wearing mind control
Yes.
helmets.
Can we talk about Bruce's faces in this movie? Because they're all meme worthy. From the one where he like sucks his back lip back before he pushes that clown with the bomb.
Yes. Oh man. Yes.
Or when he's in the Batmobile out of control.
Let me say, Michael Keaton did not disappoint because he just did exactly what he did in the first one, which was okay. And 3, 2, 1, be creepy.
Right. He understood his assignment.
But then when he gets out creeped by Penguin, he just seems generally upset because every time he sees Penguin, he's just quiet.
Right.
And he's walking around like, is this really happening?
Right.
The side eye he gives inside of the bat boat when that Penguin almost takes him out.
Yes.
And he just looks back like,
the bat boat.
I'm dressed as a bat.
Right.
This is how I die.
Right. I almost died from a rocket suicide penguin.
And he still can't move his head.
My life. And we get to the culmination where Penguin falls through the ceiling into the dirty poo-poo water, and Max Schreck and Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne all have their confrontation. My favorite thing I always loved as a kid when I watched this movie was the scene just before he rips his mask off, where you can see that the raccoon eyes are clearly gone.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a second. That's not how that you have black makeup on your eyes.
Right.
Show me the streak or the little thing that you did.
But the entire time, Max is just in the background making faces because he has no idea. He's too invested to escape. But he's just like,
right. He's like, yo, my secretary and billionaire Bruce Wayne are having a conversation about should I die. He's
Bruce
like,
Wayne? That's like Batman.
He is Batman. That's a legitimately stupid comment.
Yeah.
It's like, no, can't be Batman.
Right. And then she somehow kisses him with a taser while holding on to metal cord, and he's into it. He's like, yeah, all right, let's
spicy.
I never really thought about you like that, Selena.
Yeah, I'm down to get my rocks off right now. And you're like,
wait a second. What about the sexy police assaulting? Or I guess they were security guards. They pulled their guns out on her, and she's like, first of all, if somebody hits one security guard with a whip and the gun flies out of the hand, you are shot.
This lady has a whip. Pow, ow. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
And the other dude's just standing there. No, he's pulling the trigger immediately.
No,
he's like, those people are not making enough money. They're not being paid adequately. No. They're like, no, this isn't worth that.
Just sexy mannequin assault.
Right. We're gonna blow up the store. Right. This is the equivalent of a Macy's. You think I give a crap enough about this Macy's to lose my life?
And it's a bad Macy's. You don't even have any merchandise here.
Exactly.
If a woman dressed in patent leather backflips into your Macy's, you let her do whatever she wants because it's not ending well for you.
Just leave. It's not worth it.
You live in Gotham City. This is the best case scenario for you. Let's be real honest. Okay? If anything backflips, that's probably a Batman level threat.
Yeah.
Okay? If someone has the nerve to backflip in a fight, that's a Batman level threat because they clearly don't have, they either are immune to gunfire or they are not afraid of gunfire. And you don't want that problem as a low-level security guard.
So we've talked about like goons. We've talked about dirty clowns and what they've chosen to do. Why in Gotham? Why would you ever be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a security guard.
Because it's a Macy's. It's not a bank.
I'm just saying.
It's
ain't
not
no
a bank
way
or anything.
You can tell
Also, go ahead.
that person has had several different jobs in Gotham to where that was just like the most recent one.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
the security guard was not first on their list. It's like, well, I could try to go work at the bank. Bank gets robbed.
And
Okay.
honestly,
Yeah, no.
Well, I can go be a taxi. Taxi
Right.
gets it blows up or whatever. I was like, okay.
always.
Security
Always.
guard at a department store. Nothing bad happens at department stores. Cat
Yeah.
backflips in wearing patent leathers. It's like
They like
And let me recant my statement, because I would imagine that a security guard for anything in Gotham pays top dollar.
no.
No.
Absolutely not.
No,
No, it doesn't.
no
I promise you
benefits,
it doesn't.
because
No.
we can't afford to pay that out.
No.
No workers' comp because you're going to get hurt on the job.
The only real benefits come from being a henchman, from gooning.
Mm.
That's the only thing that pays well to sustain, because it's like, oh, there's a risk, but at least I get like health insurance and benefits and stuff, because
Mhm.
like, why else would I do this? Like, this
Yeah.
is clearly
Well-
beneficial for me and my family.
Unless you're the dirty clown circus where you just you do it
No,
all
that-
for the nookie.
Oh yeah,
No,
no, that's
that's
what
not
I said. That's a lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a choice. That's a lifestyle. That's a belief.
You've
system.
chosen to be riffraff at that point.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
You're not a goon. It's
Exactly. They were for the cause.
Like, no. Y'all goons.
Right.
We henchmen. Throw up
Or
the H's.
no, y'all goons. We are minions. We are
Mhm.
here. There is no compensation for us. Okay, clearly the Penguin has no money. The Penguin has no money. The Penguin is not interested in money. He's over here talking about drowning kids, and we're like, yup,
For
Pass
whatever
me that
reason.
baby.
yup. Can we sit in the corner of your room and be dirty? That's what we want to do. That's it.
We're no mission. Just up there, it's like, yeah. So
Yeah, no, tracks.
you guys
That's
had
it. That was his-
last night.
Yeah. He actually woke up in the middle of the night last night, drowning kids. And we're like,
Mm.
all
Whatever.
right. Wow, whatever, Oswald.
So, as a Bruce Wayne in this world, where do you go after this?
He doesn't. He was like, this is messed up. I
Yeah.
retire.
I've
I'll
killed
let-
several people.
Right.
Several people are dead at my hand. I
Right.
gotta
We-
get out of this.
We flipped to an alternate universe after this movie because
Where he
Yeah.
has a promising DJ career.
yeah, he did nothing to recover his reputation after this.
He took the cat home.
He took yeah, but for the city still believes he murdered that lady.
Yes.
The city
Yes.
still believes that he caused very vital injuries to several cops. Okay, who in Gotham in this Batman universe, cops don't seem to be corrupt. I mean, they were in the first movie, but Batman presumably took care of all of them.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's just kind of watched that lady die. So, and he ran. He didn't go, hey, it wasn't me. I tried to save her. He's like,
So now he just forever broods in the dark.
yeah, he's just gonna sit at home. He's like, it's not worth it.
I'm over it.
He's sitting
Yeah.
there like, no, if it comes up, I'm not going. I don't care if they call me.
Right
Just
now,
leave it here.
no. Burn the signal.
So as
So-
we wrap up this segment, I want to say that today is November 19th, which is the day we're recording 2022.
Mhm.
Yes.
2 years ago, on November 18th, 2020, the three of us had this conversation about Batman 89.
89. Yeah.
And yeah, crazy.
Oh yeah.
2 years, guys.
Yeah. It tracks for our 100th episode. We also spent so much time on this.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just
It's wild. Yeah, Tim Burton was definitely fired after this movie because all the advertisers were like, what are we advertising? Why did he bite that guy's nose with
Yeah.
a lot of blood? Why did you show that?
why
And then
is
he's
why is he
talking about-
groping people?
Right,
What kind of penguin?
right,
Why is everything super over sexualized?
right. Well, not even sexualized, fetishized. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
there's so much leather and touching and fluids coming out of people.
Yes.
the
And-
fluids that come out of Penguin right before he dies, I'm just like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
What is
that whole scene was just nasty.
He's
Yeah.
like, If you excuse me,
yeah,
I'm gonna go get a nice drink of cold ice water. Dies.
Right. Also, I need to go back to the scene where he saves the baby. He saves the baby. He comes out of the sewer.
Yeah.
Do you imagine the smell that is coming off of him? It's his first public anything with other people, and he's holding someone's child, and he's walking through this crowd. I need to see reactions of people going like, "Oh, what is that?"
First off, we talked about how my man flips into the sewer holding that baby.
Yeah.
Penguin then gets in a giant duck.
Yeah.
And gets craned upwards in that same manhole.
Yeah.
But Flip Guy safely flips down into that same sewer, holding that baby.
His knees are premium.
Yeah.
My man got the Rey Mysterio knee.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's a tope suicida to the sewer, which is clearly like 8 feet below.
Yeah.
That's the 8 feet.
Just a free fall drop for
18 feet. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Mankind coming off the Hell in a Cell, but with the baby.
He hit it. He landed, hit a plie, and then handed off the baby, and then toodle dude into the sewer water. He's like, I need a fresh dip in the sewer. Bloop. There we go.
I feel better now.
All that clean air on me was just I needed to get a quick
so
dip.
Clean in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh. So anyway, this movie is gonna be it's an okay for me forever. There's some nostalgic reasons why it'll always have a place in my heart, but
of course,
wow, what is this? This is a big Liam Hemsworth in the Batman movies. It's just weird for no reason.
Yeah. Without watching this week, I would have given it a good. But there's so many problems now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more leaning towards a Liam Hemsworth for me.
Yeah.
But I also want to give it a video game windscreen, if that makes any sense. Like it is the best at being what it is. There ain't nothing like that. That's for sure.
Chip Shrek is a video game windscreen for me because the cojones it takes you to pull that off to his face. Like, I'm going to be your son. Oh, okay, cool. What are you going to... I like to think he didn't tell him. He just did the first scene, and Walker just looks at him like...
To be fair, he does look at him in the movie like he didn't expect it. He's like,
first take, no notes. Oh my goodness. All right. So boy, what's your rating for this movie?
Oh man. This is a straight Liam Hemsworth, or in the case of the Batman, the Burtonverse, this is a Pat Hingle, aka Commissioner Gordon, because he like Michael Goh is Commissioner Gordon in all 4 movies. This is but yeah, Chip is definitely a video game windscreen, but this is a big Pat Hingle.
Yeah.
Love that.
Boy. All right. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's go on to our next subject here. And just a brief conversation. But have you we'll see. But guys, what if Mortal Kombat were real? Like, what if it was a thing that people maybe they didn't know about it at first, like with the first tournament. They were like, it's secret, it's held on an island. Yeah, I mean, there's real murders, but like later on, like portals start opening up and weird cyborg ninjas start being publicly known. And
how do you carry on in a regular life?
Knowing that exists?
Yes. And Minotaur men and four-armed demon dragons.
I like to think a large part of Mortal Kombat is not known because it's being handled by like the tournament people, right?
Yeah.
But there's consequences for some of it. Like the Outworld stuff starts bleeding in, and suddenly you look in the sky and there's an ancient Shaolin temple in the sky, and you're like, okay,
what's going on up there?
All right. It's the exact opposite of Eternals. It's like there's a giant thing that just appeared, and nobody's going to question. No, people are going to have questions.
Yes.
Like, you know, especially if you're driving and all of a sudden it just appears in your route, and you go, "Your boss? Yeah, no, I'm stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
No, it's a temple. Yeah, no,
Temple just.
Oh,
No,
look
you-
outside. You
you
can
heard
see the
right.
temple.
yeah, like look, you see that temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Look to your left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that? That wasn't there? Yeah, I'm by that. Uh-huh. Yeah, there are giant robots coming out of it now.
Wait a second. Something's happening. Okay, a giant muscular man in bondage gear with a skull helmet is saying that he's going to conquer our world. Are you seeing this?
What do you mean giant? Oh, like 9 feet tall.
It's like a
9 feet
projection.
tall.
It's like a projection in the sky, but you know, he's clearly a very muscular, 9 feet tall guy wearing bondage gear,
Yeah.
and he's
So-
wearing one of those loincloths.
Yeah. So as soon as I can back up, I'm going to go home. No, I'm not coming into work. Okay. You want to know what's outside of my car right now? There's a Minotaur. Okay. No. There is a Minotaur.
Yep.
And
Fighting a lizard man.
Wait, hold on. The literal God of Thunder just showed up. He's wearing.
I love this play-by-play to a boss.
It's like, no, I'm not making it up. You can see it outside of your window. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm watching him now. He's flying. He just flew past your office.
Yeah, he just.
You
Did you
can
hear
ignore
that?
it if you want. Okay.
Wait. As he was flying by, he was. Oh, I
I heard him through your phone. Okay. I can hear him over on my side. I can hear him on your phone too.
Right.
Well, guess what? They're crawling up the side of the building now, and they're by your office. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You have a good day too. And his boss gets dragged outside his window and falls 30 feet.
Yeah. Also, just random ninjas.
Yeah.
Just going around starting fights.
Just a few ninjas.
Not even a
Fighting
pallet
in
swap
the
ninja,
street.
just like
Yeah.
black ninjas. They
Mhm.
could be Tarkatan, they could be from the Lin Kuei, they could be from the Shirai Ryu, just ninjas. And they're not even beefing with regular people, they're fighting each other.
Yeah. Wait a second. I live on the scene. I'm sitting here watching. It looks like this ninja that can shoot ice out of his hand is fighting a New York cop with a baton. It's not going well for the cop. They just got his legs frozen, and he ripped his spine out of his head. We can't show that, so let's go ahead. And that looks like an L
know what it'd
for,
be like?
for us.
Oh no, my God.
Right. Oh, his whole spine just came out. Like that was easy to do. That's that's not good. Oh wait, look. Now the blue ninja, the blue ice ninja is now seemingly fighting a yellow ninja with looks like a dagger is coming out of his hand or some sort of chain. And okay, he impaled the blue ninja, and it lit him on fire with his secret skull face. That is I am seeing images that I never thought I would see in my life. Right. I took my daughter to school this morning, so I'm gonna go. This newscast is over because my entire perception about what reality is shifting by the minute.
By the minute.
Oh man!
So
And
that's
then
fun.
when they just start bursting into other buildings, just like casually while fighting,
Yeah.
they're gonna go through a couple schools, a couple libraries. Librarians is in there checking in books.
Yeah.
Liu Kang is, he goes through a wall while he's fighting Kano, and the librarian just looks up, closes the book.
Can we just say
leaves.
pre-tournament Kano was still a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yes.
hello, baby. Like that guy with a metal eye that shoots a laser is
He's a problem.
he's a problem. Yeah, he's committed all the crimes.
And those aren't even for Outworld.
Yeah, right. He was just doing that beforehand. Then this Outworld comes over and he's just like, yeah, I'm about what they're selling. The demon ninjas from another dimension.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Yeah. Does it line up with my crimes? Good. Cool.
Good. Where do I
I'm on
sign?
board. Right.
It'll give me a chance to put this eye laser to use.
1000% for sure. So, yeah. Feels like, I mean, I'm thinking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and I remember the scene, the one stage that has, it's like New York City, but then you see the ancient Shaolin temple on the back. So, like, we know about.
Yeah.
We don't know really a lot about what's happening.
Yeah.
Unless maybe Raiden projected all of our minds, like, we're fighting for this dimension. We're like, cool, I got a psychic message from a thunder god.
Lucky me.
Right, yeah, cool.
Just
and there's random fire pits everywhere now.
Oh man, evangelicalists are just having a time.
Yeah, that's a lot to process. Just gotta see how it shakes out.
I told you Satan was real.
It is.
We are at hell on earth.
It certainly is that. And so, yeah, it's once again, it would still be a problem. I don't think anybody wants Mortal Kombat to be real. I think everybody's like,
but do they get like, does Sports Center cover it?
I think they try to. Someone tries to make it. Someone tries to make a profit off of this. I guarantee you.
The guy who did bum fights is probably the one guy that's going to try to monetize it.
Yeah. Who are you talking about? Shang Tsung is going to monetize it. He's like, hey, what a baby.
I just imagine like this.
He's a promotion man now.
Right. He's like, listen here, look. He's Dario Cueto from Lucha Underground. Yes, I have Blood Wars between Dimension, but it's not like I can't make a profit off of it. I'm gonna promote the hell out of this. Absolutely.
It looked like that one show that came on Monday nights. What was that called? Or Saturday mornings?
Oh, WMAC
Masters.
Yes.
Everybody's got to shoot a promo before their fight.
Listen here, Sub-Zero. I'm coming for you. And even if I don't live, I can't do anything if you kill me. So actually, that's bad.
Sub-Zero promo was just... he just walks off.
Right. And then Johnny Cage is like, yeah, baby, hey, literally trying to be The Rock. But they're like, all right, now go fight Goro. And he's like, could you imagine if The Rock is like, let me tell you something, for the millions
and millions
for The Rock's fans out here, is going to show up and he's going to put his boots into the people that say that he can't fight. Goro, for real? Like, I gotta fight him? But do I get a gun? Can I have a gun?
Can I at least
The Rock said a lot of things before about putting boots at people, and The Rock regrets a lot of what The Rock said. Actually, I'm Dwayne. I don't want to do this. I had a real cushy life as an actor. And this is all for show. You guys know that, right? This is
he rips him in half like a phone book.
What I want to see is the contest going into this. That's like, you could win a spot on the Mortal Kombat roster, like, and just some random dude gets on it, wins a spot.
That's how Art got his spot in the first
realm.
We have Liu Kang and Kung Lao, who's a ghost from a different time, and we have Sonya Blade, who's a soldier, and Jax, who is another soldier, and he's got metal super arms. And this is Jake. He does insurance. He has 3 kids. And he's got a Bichon Frige at home that he loves, named Peanut. And
this is Roy. He works at a local gas station, and he likes filling up his pickup truck for free.
Right. This is Janine. She's a 63-year-old waitress at a Perkins.
This is Timmy. He's 10.
Wow.
He really likes Power Rangers. And he hopes someday to be 11.
This is Greg. He collects
I
ninja
hope
stars.
someday to be a rapper.
This here is Greg. He collects ninja stars,
Oh,
and
there is that guy. There is that guy.
he practices his quote Jedi martial arts on his front lawn on Tuesdays, and it is in front of a busy street, so people see Greg.
Wait a second. So we've got
packing
this
for
Mortal
Greg.
Kombat tournament with all these otherworldly creatures.
Right.
What if Mortal Kombat was just regular people?
Way better.
Way better.
You have the convicts with 33 confirmed kills,
Right.
versus the 65-year-old grandmother.
Yeah, exactly.
And she ain't no joke. Like,
Can I tell you?
She has her purse and her insulin, and she ain't going down without a fight.
Oh man!
Can I tell you something? I don't care who it is. On the other side, on the other world side, if we get one crackhead in that tournament, we're winning the whole thing.
And look, that's the sleeper, right? You never know.
Sleeper. Well, this man doesn't feel pain.
Let me tell you, another sleeper is Randy that played high school football. Like,
no, Randy's taking that old football knee injuries coming up. Ooh, yeah. Randy's got to take a seat.
One of his finish move is throwing that head over those mountains.
Right. Oh man, yeah, I would pay to see that tournament. Now let's put this in an arena and let's watch it happen. Like, all right, here we go.
You put it in an arena, but it's WrestleMania. It's 100,000 seater.
Vince McMahon would absolutely try to profit off of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, this is stuff. That's good.
I really like we ripped the head out of his ass, pal.
All right. Let's move on. I think we're gonna based on the time constraints that we have here, I think we're gonna skip our retail horror stories and save that for another special episode. Because we're almost 2 hours into this thing.
Oh my god! Man.
Let's go ahead and wrap up with our last subject here, and that is us talking about one of our favorite subjects, and that is just Pokemon. Mm-hmm. It is Pokemon. So, guys, if you go all the way back to episode 10 of our show, there we had a little conversation. And I know we've talked about, if Mortal Kombat were real, but I think far more terrifying is if Pokemon were real. And we brought up a bunch of examples in that previous episode, such as Arcanine existing,
which is fun.
Right. And I think, it's been a couple of years. I think we can revisit some of it, because I think there's a new generation of Pokemon that just came out.
Yeah.
Actually. And I just wanted to revisit this conversation and just say, is there other ways in which Pokemon being a real thing would terrify you, especially with Boyd being able to be in the conversation now?
Oh, dude, like, could you imagine having like a rat-tata infestation in your house?
Bruh.
Oh, God.
We talked about this. We talked about Rattata can learn Hyper Beam.
Yes.
And you've got 75 Rattata in your basement.
The size of small dogs, by the way.
Right. And it's just like, well, we don't want to piss them off, because if one of them uses Hyper Beam, we lose the entire house.
We lose the block. Like, that's
right.
Or you're bird watching.
Oh no.
And you see a couple, Pidgeotos, these giant freaking birds, but then Marowak just shows up next to you holding his leak
with his bone club, just pops you in the knee.
and then just staring at you the entire time.
Yeah.
Just not breaking eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
gross. Get out of here.
That's messed up.
Just giving you the death stare like a toddler on a bus. It's just not breaking eye contact. It's like
I get the ones that all the small ones scare me too. But some of the legendaries like Giratina, how would you what do you do when it can just steal the soul of a whole city? Like, everybody's gone. That is a ghost type Pokemon. That is
Indianapolis
massive.
suffered mass casualties today when a Giratina showed up and stole the soul of every citizen in the city. We did not forecast a Giratina attack today. It just happened. It just happened.
A pack of Gengar scared the bones out of several people today in Millennium Park.
They took the
bones out
because
of them.
Gengar can clearly pass through objects because they're a ghost type, and they passed through several people and just took a femur. They just took it out of their body.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine you're at work, you're at a construction site, you're taking your 15-minute break, you go to, get some concrete, but under the rubble, just a Geodude.
Yeah.
He floats off.
It's a rock man with arms in guns position all the time, ready to fight.
Yes.
But he ignores you. He just floats away. But you have to stick with that image for the next 14 minutes of your break.
You know what?
Right. Hey, remember that epidemic that was going on where people had the punching game where they would run up and just punch people in the back of the head?
Oh my.
Now imagine that was a Geodude having a bad day. And he just rock punches you in the back of your skull and lays you out.
I can't see not.
Exactly.
You could just sneeze accidentally and catch hands.
Right.
At a bus stop.
You're unknowingly next to its nest where its kids' eggs are like chilling, and it just like, hey, Geodude. Pops you.
Just looking at you before you.
And now you have to have maxillofacial surgery to repair your whole eye socket.
Because you sneezed. Because you sneezed.
Yeah. It just crosses you up like, what? I have the same fear of Hitmonchan, by the way, because it's a small man.
Yeah. A quite formidable.
He's going to run up.
Listen, living in that world, there is no way that you could exist without always being prepared.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go to work. No, you have to train every single day just to be able to navigate the world.
Right.
Like the floor is lava. It could be.
What if you chose not to have Pokemon to defend you? Like, what if you were like, I'm not catching Pokemon. I'm just like, you almost like, I'm assuming that the technology for Pokeballs exists, because if they didn't, then it's chaos.
Yeah.
There's no
correct.
There's no stopping it. But
there is going to be people on the outside like, look, I'm not doing this. I'm against all of it. I'm not doing it. These are living creatures. I'm not keeping them captive. This is ridiculous. I'm not fighting them in the street. Nothing is going to happen.
And then you still get caught up in somebody's hydro pump.
Zapdos.
Exactly. Yeah. Just a Zapdos. Like a Zapdos attacked downtown Cincinnati today. It just devastated.
Expect rolling blackouts for the next 30 days.
Right. Other people that have their Pokemon tried to fight it. However, it's a Zapdos and it's been around for thousands of years. And it's just remarkably stronger than your Pikachu you tried to pull up with. So, because it's legendary and there's one of them.
But hopefully someone will show up with a large ground type Pokemon and take care of this issue.
I'm still like, for all the common Pokemon that just happen to evolve, like, how big is Pidgeot? He's like the size of a house, right?
A house? No. He's like the size of like
a vehicle.
Yeah, or like a motorcycle,
Okay, so imagine being abducted by a motorcycle.
Yeah,
because it mistakes you for a Beedrill or something.
It can fly at like Mach 2 as well. So
it just snipes you.
Yeah,
you're minding your own business. You're walking.
Or could you imagine having airplanes and a Mach 2 bird flies into the side of the aircraft and it's like, another plane went down today?
Nothing is safe. You can't do it. Nothing
the
in
least
our
of your problem with the
practical
birds,
world
right?
right now could
Right.
we survive this.
No.
Is that why they don't have planes in Pokemon Universe?
Yeah.
They all ride birds.
Yeah, right. Because the bird at least has maybe the perception to be like, nah, that's a Mach 2 Pidgeot rolling at me. Let me Mach 2 swerve out the way so as not to be hit by this, to collide with it.
A Pidgeot's height from top of its head to the bottom of its feet is 4'11".
That's still too big.
That's big. That's Danny DeVito. That's Danny DeVito. That's the size of Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito drops down and kidnaps you.
Right. Like I'm just scrolling through like some various Pokedexes here, and I'm just looking at certain. Do you know what an Embor is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this thing is 5'3", 330 pounds, bursting with fire. This thing,
it's 5'3". I guess I never really realized
5'3". Okay, so it's going to square up with you. Now this thing is walking down the street. It can throw a fire punch by setting its fists on fire with its fiery chin, which means
my wife is 5'2".
So you're casually enjoying a night out with your wife, with your spouse, and up walks a Embor, a fully evolved Embor. Looks like it's got a problem, and it squares up like it rolls.
It always looks like it has a problem.
It rolls its shoulders forward because it clearly has a problem with you, and it would like to discuss it with punching. So, what do you do to address this situation?
What do you do?
Because let's say you have a Pokemon
like
to
I
defend
said,
you.
man, dude, we are not prepared. We can't do it.
Yeah, there's no reality where I'm even looking at like Infernape. What are you supposed to do to an Infernape?
You run.
Right.
You run
if it has the temperament of a real life chimpanzee.
That's what I was gonna say. There's no, even if it was just a regular chimp,
right,
or a bonobo, I'm not doing it.
Right. We talked about Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at something called Sawk, SAWK. Just look this up real fast.
I know.
This is a dude. It's a dude. It's 4'7". Its body looks like it's wearing a gi, and it's always in fight me now mode.
Yeah, it's always in Morbius bring it mode.
Right. And it says here, I'm looking at the Pokedex entry. If you see a Sawk training in the mountains in its single-minded pursuit of strength, this thing is only trying to be strong. It's best to quietly by. You know what that means? That means it will hurt you if you are near it. Yes. Wait, here's the other version. The karate chops of a Sawk that's trained itself to the limit can cleave the ocean itself.
So this is definitely just like Pokemon One Punch Man. Yes. But there can be multiple of them.
Yes, it could cleave the ocean. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? Oh, and it's got a brother. It's got Throh, THROH.
Yeah.
They train in groups of 5. Any member that can't keep up will discard its belt and leave the group. Can you imagine a discarded Throh strolling the streets, ticked off because it's not considered strong enough?
Oh my god.
So it's going to be looking for things to fight? You want that? You want that?
No, don't want
That's
that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want that. So, I don't know, man. It
would be impossible. Look this up. I brought this up last time. This is one of my favorite Pokemon that I use. It's one of my favorite dark Pokemon. It's Obstagoon.
Obstagoon.
Is he the one that is black and white but sassy? Yeah. He got the jacket.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Obstagoon. Oh my goodness! Why does he look like a member of Kiss?
It's a Wolverine werewolf.
Yeah. It evolved after experiencing numerous fights. Doesn't say with other Pokemon.
No.
Doesn't say with other Pokemon. So this thing knows if it fights people, it will evolve.
Yes.
Oh my god!
And it looks like it does it casually.
Right. Its arms are crossed.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can just imagine like in the Pokemon realm, there's an obstacle just walk up to somebody like Max. He's got his little glasses on. Obstacle just slaps in the back of the head and he goes about his business. Like he's just a jerk.
Just a jerk.
That thing too is also 5 foot tall.
I didn't even see the look on it. Garbodor. Garbodor. It's a garbage. Disgusting.
It's a bag of garbage.
It's a literal sentient bag of garbage. Listen to this. This Pokemon eats trash, which turns into poison inside its body. The main component of the poison depends on what sort of trash was eaten. This thing converts our waste into poison to you. Oh, what happened? Oh, the trash bag in the alley came to life and poisoned me.
Oh,
and
God.
It's disgusting and smells bad.
Right. It's in diapers over here.
And has
dysentery.
And has that look on his face. So the whole time it's just sitting there looking at you like,
yes.
Oh my God. This thing is 6'3", 236 pounds.
Oh no.
So it's the size of a pro wrestler.
It's bigger than me.
And smells like an NFL locker room.
And it shoots a toxic liquid from his right arm that's so virulent it can kill a weakened creature instantly. There's no recovery. There's no let's go get the antidote.
The move is called Stench.
Oh, I didn't realize it had the same ability as Danny DeVito's penguin.
It does.
It just unbathed.
Right. Unbathed. I love that description. It unbathed. I reduced bathing by 12% on myself. Now I'm just looking at the cat. Like at first I'm looking at like the big scary ones, but now I'm looking at like some of the less threatening ones.
Dude, some of the adorable ones that are probably like just look like little children.
Right.
Or can we talk about the fruit-based ones?
Oh,
like,
dude.
Like with the applin that is
That's
like an
so
apple with a worm in it. Can you imagine going apple picking, but it's just nothing but applins?
Oh my god!
So I know you've heard of Diglett.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of Wiglet?
Wiglet? Hold up, I gotta look up Wiglet.
Just imagine the terror.
Oh my god, what is that? That looks like from a John Carpenter movie.
It does. It does.
What is this? I don't like it. 3'11"? It's 3'11"? Oh my gosh.
So that looks like when somebody's talking mess and their head just like comes from their neck and just like, would you saying something to me? That's what that looks like.
That's what that looks like.
Like you got something
what you got to say?
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. I am afraid of you. Please leave the area now.
Oh my gosh. There's another one, Frillish, Frillish. It envelops its prey in its veil-like arms and draws it down to the depths, 5 miles below the ocean surface. That's a friendly Pokemon you just want to have on your squad?
Right.
This thing that murders by drowning? It's 3'11".
3'11".
If you aren't paying attention to where you're walking, you could get on this thing's bad side.
Yeah. Yes. And that doesn't look like it rolls solo.
No.
Right.
Come here.
So you might not be walking through the grass. You might be walking through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Galvantula.
Oh,
Galvantula. It's It's a 2-foot tall spider.
No.
That shoots
No.
electricity.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
No.
It launches electrified fur from its abdomen as its mean of attack. Opponents hit by the fur could be in for 3 full days and nights of paralysis. That's what you want? You want to just you're out in the forest with your kids, like, hey, we're enjoying nature. This 2-foot behemoth comes out.
This 2 foot tall, 31 pound. That's like the size of a spider, the size of a dog.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, can you imagine it has fur?
Yeah, it's a furry electric spider.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's legitimately, I felt chills go down my back thinking of that thing coming up. Please don't do this.
Oh no.
Whatever you're thinking, please stop.
Oh no.
I really want to live. Oh my god, Go Lurk?
Frightening.
Yes.
Frightening. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Go Lurk. Artillery platforms built into the walls of ancient castles served as perches from which Go Lurk could fire energy beams. This thing is a built turret.
No, my man's is 9'2".
9'2", 727
oh
pounds.
My God.
Like at that point, you just lay down.
Right.
You lay down. You hope it doesn't step on you.
Right. You're at Chuck E. Cheese with your kids, and a Go Lurk walks through the front entrance, like knocks down the whole wall, and Go Lurk. You're like, oh, okay, random.
Yes.
Time
to go.
Get your tickets. We're going home. No, we will not come back tomorrow. Okay, because he's still going to be here.
Right.
All right.
He decided that this is where he's going to be. Yes. And he just goes, you know that Captain Planet sketch with Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Like where he goes, trees, and he fires the tree beam. That's what this thing does, except it's a death beam. It is
death.
That Don Cheadle thing, man. I'm going to watch that again. Random.
So, like, that's just a few of the ones that we went over. Like, keep looking up these things. The Pokedexes that they have for these things are actually terrifying because every one of them has like intimidating, like, here's how this thing would murder you today.
Oh, yeah. Man. It's like literally from like just existing to, oh, this one's going to carry off your children the night if it feels like it.
Right.
It is literally like you have to wake up in the morning and decide if you're going out.
Right.
by whatever Pokemon forecast is going on.
Right. What Pokemon drifted into the area today?
In the news today, we have a herd of Rhydon rolling down 75.
And I'm staying home.
Right. Like going back to Pidgeot, this 4'11", 87-pound bird. 87-pound bird. That's not light. That's heavier than my children. It's 4'11". The Pokedex definitely says it flies at Mach 2 speed. Do you understand it's breaking the sound barrier? Do you know how often we're going to be just walking around here, boom, 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 as these things just shift in and out of Mach 2?
Yes.
You have to walk around with headphones on all day, but noise canceling headphones to where you don't hear the booming, but you can hear whatever else is around your surroundings. Because, oh god, it's
terrifying. And you got little dinosaurs like Nidoking and Nidoqueen walking around. How big is Nidoking? Nidoking feels bigger than a person.
One on you. You got to keep one on you. Just to even sacrifice, like, man, I gotta run and fight this thing. Fight this giant butterfly.
You're right.
You think you release your Pokemon when you throw the ball, but you forget to click it. So you just throw the ball at the Pokemon and don't even release. And
now you got to go get it.
Because you forgot to click.
Too involved, man. Just count me out.
You forgot to click the button on the ball before throwing it.
Right. You panic. You panic. You ah. Just rolls at the Nido King's feet and goes, Nido King. Steps on the ball and says, "Who's the other one? Who's next?" Oh my gosh. Yeah. So.
And then there's the ones that do crimes because they can talk.
Or like a Mewtwo who does psychic crime. Or wait, hold up.
Psychic crime.
Psychic crimes. What? There's Psyducks, which cause mass psychic events when it has a headache too strong.
When it has a headache.
Hold
Or
up.
when it has anxiety.
Yeah.
It freaks out.
Why wouldn't it?
Turns everyone's brain to pudding.
Why wouldn't it?
It's the equivalent of Professor X in Logan. If it has too many headaches, it will murder everything.
Yeah.
As Psyduck gets stressed around it, its headache gets progressively worse. It uses intense psychic energy to overwhelm those around it. I don't need that for my day. I don't need that. Like if I'm having a bad day and suddenly intense psychic energy is just causing me problems, and I don't know, like, what does psychic energy mean? Does it mean I'm reliving every bad event in my life, or does it mean I'm feeling physical pain, like my skull's about to burst? What are we talking about?
But it's like, what would throw a Psyduck off is like, it could just be like the slightest thing. It's like, oh, that guy didn't throw enough.
It could be an inconvenience.
Yeah.
That leaf is in my spot. Zai.
Let's not forget about the walking mass devastation event that is a Jigglypuff.
Oh yes. You brought that up last time, and just how terrible that could possibly be, just because it could just cause one car crash, just once in your back seat,
and then assault you while you're asleep.
Oh wait. Like, we're talking about a Jigglypuff, but like the difference between it has an evolved form.
It has an evolved form and a baby form.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it does have a baby form. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. Or look at a Parasect. At a Parasect.
No, because that is nightmare fuel.
Yes, it is.
That thing is walking. Can you imagine that thing like digs a hole and burrows into your house?
Or just walks up to your front door. Spores.
Right. Poison powder.
You're mowing the grass. You're dead.
Oh, right.
No, close the windows. Parasect is out front.
Parasect is 3 feet tall.
That is no.
It's a big no. That's a big no. Look at it. It doesn't have pupils on its eyes.
It's frightening.
It's so problematic. I can't even. And then Alakazam's floating by.
With spoons.
Like, would you like psychic problems? Yeah, with spoons for some reason that is stole from somebody's house. Hi there. Alakazams look like they could get pissed off and like rip a limb off psychically from a distance. Right. Could you imagine like you're just sitting at home chilling? Alakazam notices your presence. It's not even near you. It just notices your presence with psychic powers and just like shatters your spine.
Alakazam nearby. It just gives you a death stare.
I was trying to watch Murder, She Wrote.
And the spoon just bend and you know it's over.
Right. Oh my gosh, guys. We've spent a lot of time talking about this. And for anybody that's still hanging on for whatever reason, thank you so much.
I feel like we just do some things for us.
This whole episode was about us. This was FUBU. This was for us by us.
Yes, it was.
But I think we can go ahead and start closing it off here. This has been our massive 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
It's been awesome. Awesome 100 with y'all, for real.
I mean, we're like wore out because we've been laughing this whole episode.
Oh man.
So if you guys haven't already, we have a podcast. We're gonna be taking this video and putting it up on YouTube. So
Yeah.
if you're listening to the podcast and you would like to see us actually have this conversation, it is going to be on the YouTube channel, and you know, we'll try to make that known in the description of the episode as well. But be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to us on whatever you're listening to us through. Find our YouTube channel. Look for this whole episode as well. I know it's a long one, but you know, we really appreciate it. We wanted to do something big for our number 100.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, where can they find you? Where can they find the show?
You're going to find the Nerdsmash Talkcast on Twitter at Nerdsmash_TC. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Steve L. Dub.
That's right. And Boyd, where can they find you? Where can they find your stuff?
I am reviewing snacks over on Twitter at Calibron. That's KALLABRONN. Or if you want to watch me talk about wrestling, look up Calibron with a 27 at the end of it. And also, you can check out my YouTube channel. I haven't had any videos go up recently, but January is coming, and I will try to be looking at the Razor Edge that's coming out soon.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah, keep your eyes on the channel. Also, while you're there, there are a bunch of spoiler reviews on the Nerdsmash Talkcast YouTube channel. After you get done watching this, check out the reviews on the likes of Morbius, because it's Morbid time.
Morbid time.
It's morbid.
That's right. And guys, you can find me for now, at least, on Twitter at LT5th. That's at LTTHAFIFTH. I am exploring if I should have another social media presence. I don't know yet. That seems to be circling the drain, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much again. And Boyd, as our super producer and guest for the 100th episode, I would like to give you the honors of performing the sign-off.
Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed like Batman?
Yes.
Too perfect. Perfect. I'm also going to fit in, because you're forgetting your bit. Click game! All right, guys. This will be dropping soon. Thank you so much for making it this far. And here's to however many episodes we got left on this train ride.
Good times, fellas.
For sure.
100 more episodes, Morty. 100 more, 100 in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's our show. We'll talk to you later.
Holla.
Holla.
Man, I'm about to go get this Wendy's. Holla.
And we're done.
Oh, man. I'm not going to lie. My laugh is going to be so annoying on this recording.
Oh, try to stop the recording, Steve.
Damn it.
Why'd you have to fit that in?
Whatever.